Hi there, and welcome back. So, I actually want to start this one with the quote that I have in the book, and that was on the place card before I came on. The moment you take responsibility for everything in your life is the moment you can change anything in your life. That there is so absolutely true. Those are words, as they say, to live by. And this one that we're going to talk about today is called ownership. This is about taking that ownership of your life. This, just like forgiveness, these two go hand in hand. These two things, as you're going to notice, all of these ideas, they are all so interwound. And they are all the keys to be able to make sure that you are going to be and stay the best captain of your life. These are the things that's going to get you where you've been wanting to go. And so once you have gotten some of these ideas to work for you, which I think hopefully you have, even if you're just beginning at this, I'm sure you still have had to have seen some kind of results, or hopefully you are seeing results. You still have the best key to go, which is ownership. See, you are the one who is responsible for everything you are and everything you have today. It can be hard to understand that you are the one who has made and is keeping your life the way it is today. As we've said before, today is only a reflection of yesterday. And tomorrow it will be exactly the same if you don't make changes or shifts to today. It's part of the autopilot program that we just typically run. It seems like we're burdened to think that you are to blame, but it's not about blame or guilt or anything else. It's about taking ownership of your current place in life. There are many people in your life who have shaped you into the person you are today, from your parents, your family, your friends, your teachers, co-workers, and everyone that you have met has helped shape you into that person that you are today. And hopefully you have any of the problems that you've had with them, hopefully you've begun to forgive them. But now it's time to start taking ownership for yourself in your life. If you are hanging around the wrong kind of people, you will start to take on their behaviors. That is why they say you should surround yourself with people whom you want to be like. They will encourage you to step up to be on their level. People who aren't at a higher level will make you feel guilty or ashamed for wanting more or for having thoughts that don't align with theirs. No one likes to have a mirror staring back at them to remind them of their shortcomings. This is how you will recognize these types of people. A good person will want to help you step up. They will lend a helping hand to pull you up. They will not push you down. I answer a lot of questions on other sites, and this is a common one that constantly keeps coming around about dealing with negative people in your life, or people that are not supportive. And how do you know the difference between those people? See, the negative people in your life, they're always going to want to hold you down. And that's how you'll know it. A good person in your life will be there to help you out. They will be the hand that's going to help lift you up. They're going to want you on their level. That's how you're going to know the difference. And those people that are the ones that are pushing you down, who will not accept you or changing, those are people that you need to eliminate out of your life. It might be hard to kind of think of it as this way, but they truly are the baggage. They are baggage that needs to go overboard. Um, Maybe a little harsh in saying that, but it's true. Certain people in your life need to be cut out. And anyone who is not supportive of you in choices that you are making and decisions that aren't there to actually lift you up or to help you, they need to be eliminated out of your life, because you'll never be able to succeed with them. They are an anchor. They just want to keep you on their level. And the fact that you are watching uh, these videos means that you want more for yourself and that you already think more of yourself than those people anyway. So let's grow that even more. Let's get you to vibrate at a higher frequency. Life will feed you more because you will be opened to it. You will recognize opportunities when they are in front of you. You will take chances and trust that life has placed them there for you. This is achieved by taking ownership of everything in your life, from your actions to the things that have happened to you. Once you are in a state of forgiveness, you can then take complete ownership of your life in this moment. Just like the other keys, it is about the freedom to be the best captain of your ship. At the end of the day, you are the only one who has made the choice to change the person others have helped shape you to be, for good or bad. You are the one who keeps you where you are. There is no one to blame and no excuses to make. There is no reason not to make the change. Once you forgive everything that has happened, you can take control over those things. By taking ownership for yourself and your life, you can take back the power that those thoughts once held over you in your decision making. Ownership is knowing that you have the control over everything that has happened and will happen. Through your actions, your decisions, and your behaviors, you can either keep yourself stuck in a life that you aren't satisfied with or make a shift to change it. Either way, you own everything that you do in your life. You are in complete control. Taking ownership of your life is about owning it and doing the maintenance that needs to be done. Taking ownership of your life is about owning it and doing the maintenance that needs to be done. Think about your car. You bought it, you drive it, you put gas in it, you get the oil changed, you wash and wax it to keep it looking nice, you take it to a mechanic to keep it in good working order. It is the same for your life and your body. You took ownership of the car. Why not do the same for your life? Own who you are and do what needs to be done. Once you own your life, you can sail it and you can shape it in any way you want. So, one of the things I'd like you to do is I'd like you to make another list. Make this list about your desires. This is the things, and these are some of the questions for you to think about in this. Is who do you see yourself as? Who do you want to be? It doesn't matter how old you are or where you live, but by taking ownership of the ship, that makes you a better captain. Own every thought you have that creates the reality of today. Own everything that you have done and everything that has happened to you, because all of this, it's going to set you free. A life of freedom will set changes in motion for a new tomorrow. The more you recognize this and take control, the more you will be able to let it all go. A shift will happen and you will be able to pull more of the abundance of the source into your life. And you're going to see those doors open and trust in your abilities to handle anything that is placed before you. You will have a greater sense of how it really works and greater control over today. So, I like to think about ownership like being in a grocery store. We've all been in the grocery store and we all do this behavior. And so next time that you're in the grocery store, just kind of think about this and maybe you'll get a little bit of a chuckle. I do. Imagine that you were shopping in a store and you're going up and down the aisles. You keep putting items in your cart and you're just aimlessly strolling around, pushing the cart around the store as you go up and down, up and down. Your basket is filled with items that you intend to be yours, but you haven't gone through the checkout line and paid for them. So there you are, trying to remember what else is it that you need or want. None of the items in your cart are really yours yet, but you are holding on to them and pushing them around. You look into others' carts as they pass you by and you think, well, I need that as well. Where did they get that? What aisle is that in? The store has displays set up that try to sell you other items you didn't want and didn't know were on sale. Up and down the aisles you go, up and down, pushing a cart full of items like they are yours. You have the intention of paying for them. As you spend more time in the store, you add more to your cart. It gets fuller and fuller. But still, none of those items are really yours. You haven't paid for them yet, and you don't own them yet. You just keep going up and down the aisles. Up and down you go. And you just keep putting more stuff in that cart that you're pushing around. This is the way life is. You are in a store, and we keep putting things in our cart. My boss hates me. I don't like my job. I'm lonely. I'm stuck. Nobody likes me. And so on. You don't own any of those things yet because you haven't taken on the responsibility for those items. You haven't paid for them yet. You don't own them. You just keep pushing them around. Stop and think about that. You don't own those things. You're just pushing them around, just like that cart in the grocery store. You just keep going up and down the aisle, up and down and up and down, and you just keep putting more stuff in that cart. And all of these things that are in that cart are things that you haven't actually purchased yet. You haven't bought them. You don't own them. And yet you just keep pushing those things around. Taking ownership makes them yours. And only then can you deal with them accordingly. You must pay for the choices you have made. You need to take the ownership of those things. And then you can take them home, and then you can unpack the bags and put them away. And only at that point have you finally taken complete ownership of the items in your cart. This is life. This is what we do. And this is why you got to take ownership. You have to take ownership for everything in your life. Every decision that you make, you need to own it, good or bad. That's it. Just own it. You're going to make good decisions. You're going to make bad decisions. And when you make the bad ones, learn from them. Don't repeat them. The good ones, repeat. But no matter what, take the ownership. I used to come across these people, and it would be kind of funny because I would hear all of these excuses coming from them. And I was always trying to explain to them about how life is and how life works. Because this is what I talk about all day long. It doesn't matter. Wherever I'm at, whoever I'm around, at some point, this always ends up being the kind of conversations that we kind of go on. Sometimes we touch a little deeper, and sometimes it's real shallow. But I have a thirst for knowledge, and I love to be able to see how other people are perceiving the same world in which I'm living in. It's a wonderful thing. You really need to engage with others. And the ownership is one of those things that at sometimes I have found that has gotten me into, I would say maybe a little bit of a heated conversation. Because people don't always like it when you point out things that should be obvious to them. Things they already know, but they keep using an excuse. See, they haven't done the ownership, and they certainly are not free, and they definitely have not stayed in the state of forgiveness. And I would hear these excuses come from them, like, well, you don't know what I've been through. Okay, well, you're right. But I'm going to tell you something right now. Whatever it is that you're going through, someone else has already gone through it. Right now, someone else is going through it. You are not the only one that has had these things happen in your life. So why is this such a big deal to you when it's happened to so many other people? they don't really like that because, see, you devalue the excuse or their justification for their poor choices, their bad decisions. And the thing is that, you really need to think about others. You need to be able to place yourself in the other's shoes and to think about these sorts of things. The nature is always one that is selfish. It's the ego. And the thing is that it's easy to say, well, you don't know what I've been through. Well, that's right. But then again, you don't know what I've been through. But see, you don't care what I've been through. You're only selfish in your nature is what you've been through, the pain you've had. Well, everybody in life has pain. And the only way we ever get past all of this and through all of this stuff is by that connection. And that kind of behavior and that kind of thought does not allow for connection. And then I would hear people say things like, well, I have bills to pay. Well, everybody's got bills to pay. The thing is they chose to have those bills. They chose to drive that car, where to live, and the services they believe they deserve or can't live without, like cable, internet, phone service. These are the things they have chose. They have misunderstood the facts of the choice and ownership. They chose to take on these responsibilities and have the bills that come with them. They have failed to take on the ownership of their choices and instead want to complain about the bills. They have allowed their decisions to become traps they feel stuck in. You're never going to succeed in life when an excuse is your decision maker. I've always run into these people that have said these sorts of things to where they've said, well, I don't have any money. Well, why don't you? If you're working full time and you're doing this, I'm a money man, so it kind of breaks it down to me. And I'm like going, well, this doesn't make any sense. There's no reason why you couldn't be doing this. Well, I've got bills. Everybody's got bills. See, these are the people in your life that you're going to easily identify. Anytime somebody first starts out by wanting to use an excuse, that's your first clue. That's a tilt of the cards. They are telling you that they don't believe in taking ownership for their choices or their decisions. They never will. All they're ever going to see is how bad they've got it. Now, they're the ones who chose that phone. There's all kinds of phones on the market. Not everyone needs an iPhone. Not everybody needs, $1,000 phone or a $700 phone. They're also the ones who chose, their phone bill or their internet bill. They're the ones who chose the car that they bought and then the insurance that comes with that and the maintenance that comes with that. They could have bought something that was cheaper. They could have bought anything else. But yet they want to hold on to that because, see, that feeds their ego. They believe that gives them that moment of happiness by the fact that they own something like that. But look at them. Do they look happy? Do they act happy? See, they haven't taken ownership. Ownership is about taking ownership of all of your decisions that you do in life. Own it. You choose everything. And once you made that choice, you own it, good or bad. As we say, don't repeat the bad, repeat more of the good. And so, for this week, what I would like you to do is I would like you to think about this ownership. And I want you to start taking ownership for all of your decisions. I want you to start taking ownership over everything in your life. And whenever you come across yourself slipping up and using an excuse or some kind of justification for your behavior, ask yourself, how can I own this? How can I take that ownership over this? Because I'm telling you, once you take that ownership, that's where the freedom lies, because you now own that and nobody can take that away from you. Think about that grocery cart. Think about all of those items you keep tossing in there. Think about the things that you have chose to have, whether it be the place you live, the phone you've got, the internet you're paying for, whatever it is, and take ownership of those things. And so until next time, you take care.